Okay guys, so welcome back. In this video we are going to continue where we left off, add some details to our app. So far so good. We have this separate avatar and other stuff on our screen with the colors and then an app bar. Okay, so we are going to add our name just underneath our image. So you say a text. We are going to use a text widget and we are going to add our name. So I'm just going to say Musa Ibrahim. So you can put your name in all caps. So I'm just going to say Musa Ibrahim. Okay. Then you can style it up with style. Then a text style. Then you can set the font family. Okay, so I'm going to set the font weight to W900 so it's bold. Then I'm going to change the color to colors.white. Then the font size to say 44.0. But 44 is a bit too much. Let me just make it like 34. Still big. Let me make it like 28. Okay. I'm going to change this to a capital. Then we are going to add some. Okay, so to add space around any widget, you can use either the size box, give it a height, or you can wrap the widget in a container and give it a margin, or you can wrap the widget in a padding widget. So you can select the text widget and hit Alt Enter. Then wrap with padding. So wrap with padding, and you can set the padding all to say 12 and hit OK. So you get this space around the widget. So far so good. We've added our name. Okay, so the next part is really important, as it's going to be our details, our contact details. So we are going to start adding our contact details. So I'm just going to say a container for now and give it a child of, say, a text, and then I'll say maybe Musa Ibrahim Ali at gmail.com, which is, by the way, my real email address. Okay, so we can style this up with a text style. Okay, so since I'm using a container, I have to remove this const from this and then add it here. So the reason why you have to remove the const from the main column widget is because a container cannot be a const. It changes with different screen sizes, so you have to add the const to the individual widgets inside the container as well. So when I hit save, so now I can add the const here as well. Okay, so we can add a decoration to this image, to this container, sorry, not the image. So we give it a box decoration for now. Then I'm going to make it a const since the decoration is probably not going to change. So const actually means that it's not going to change, it's a constant, and every constant doesn't change. Okay, so now we have this sidebar hinting, so I'm just going to change the color so we see things better. So colors.white. Okay, so now we are going to add things to this container. So the text is going to be wrapped around with a row widget. So alt enter then select wrap with row. So now you can get rid of this const and add it here. Okay, so I'm going to add some icon to the email address. So I'm just going to say icon, which is a widget in Flutter, and I'll say icon. So I'll say icons dot, then I'll say email, then I'll change the color to colors.white, and when I save I should get this, and but now you see that everything has shifted to the left, and that's because the row also comes with cross-axis alignment, which I'm going to say cross-axis alignment dot center, then main axis alignment, so main axis alignment dot center, then it will be in the center. So we can add the margin to the container. So I'm going to say const, because the margin is probably never going to change. Now I'll say edge insert dot symmetrical, because I'm going to add it only to the top. Then I'll say vertical, I'm going to say maybe 10.0. Then I'm going to hit save, so it lifts things up a bit. Then I'm going to separate this two, that is the email and the text, with some space. So I'm going to use a size box. So a size box can be used for virtually anything a container can be used for, but the size box requires that you give it a specific size, but the container doesn't require a specific size. So I'm going to say width, since I want the space to be in the width, not as in height. So I'm going to say 10.0. Okay, by the way, you don't have to add the .0, the .0. I just like adding the .0s. Okay, so you can change the size of the icon. So you can say size maybe 28.0. So it's a bit bigger. Okay, so once you change the size, it's a bit bigger, 28, or you can make it even up to 30 if you want. The idea here is to show you that we have the size property on an icon, so you can edit the icon size to suit your needs. Then we can change the font family of this, the font size, sorry, of this to say 22.0, sorry, 0. Okay, so this looks a bit much better. Okay, so things are really getting along fine, but this really isn't what we are looking forward to build. So what we are going to do is we are going to change the font family of the name to Pacifico. So in the text style of the name, we are going to say fonts family, and then just say Pacifico, then hit save. So it changes to this kind of view. I'm just going to change the font size to about 24, so it reduces in size of it, or 22 maybe, so we get a smaller view. Okay, so that's the Pacifico font we added to our project in the beginning of the video. So to start things off with the individual contact details, we are going to do things in the box decoration. So we are going to give it a color of colors.white. So now everything is gone, you can't really see anything. So I'm just going to change this to teal, the color of the icon to teal, and then the color of the text to teal as well. Then hit save. So they are all back. Now we are going to add some pattern to the container. So I'm just going to say const and edge insert dot symmetrical, because I'm going to add different patterns at different edges, and I'm going to say horizontal is going to be 8.0, then vertical is going to be 10.0. I'm going to hit save. So I get this kind of view. Then the margin, I'm going to bring things up in, so I'm going to say horizontal to about 12.0, hit save. So I create space around things, so let me change this to 15 instead of 12. Okay, and I'm going to add a border radius, some small border radius around. So I'm going to say border radius, I'm going to say border radius. Okay, so border radius dot all. Here I'm going to use border radius as circular. Then I'm going to say radius dot circular. Okay, so now I can remove the const from this box decoration, because the radius is going to change with different sizes. So border radius is circular, then you set it to 12, then you remove the const from the box decoration, so you get this kind of view. I think it's a bit too much, I want something smaller, so I'll make it like 6. Okay, now this looks a bit okay with me. So the vertical, I can change it to 15 to make it a bit bigger. Okay, so this really looks cool, I think. Okay, so now we can add this same widgets like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so once we add 2, you can use the same widgets, the one you created, copy and paste it several times, and then change this to maybe change the icon to say a phone, So I can say icons.phone, then hit save. So I get this, and I can change this to my phone number, which I'm not going to use my real phone number. I'm just going to put something there. So we get this kind of show, but really this isn't what really ideal, you understand? So going through all this trouble building this widgets one by one, I'm just going to undo what we just did with the copy and paste of the widgets, hit save. Then there is a better way of doing this with less code than this. So this is the way of doing things on your own using the base widgets like containers, text, and other stuff to do the same thing. So in our next video, I'll be showing you a widget that can do this exact same thing with less code. Alright, stay tuned. See you in the next video.